My name is Paulo Santigo and I'm actually an educational consultant at Logos Global Education. So basically what we do, we work with the most prestigious universities in Ireland. So we've been working with Trinity College Dublin, UCD, University of Limerick, Athlone Institute of Technology, Dublin Business School, Griffith College, among others. So basically we help students to be admitted onto master's program, undergraduate program in Ireland. And today I'll be speaking a little bit about how to get into law courses. It's not impossible, it is possible definitely to get into law courses here in Ireland. And one thing that's slightly different from Brazil, you don't actually need to have a law degree to become a lawyer. But, however, there is a quite steep process to go until you are actually enrolled in the society. Myself, so I've been living in Ireland since 2007, and I actually my primary degree is in linguistics, and I used to work as an intern. A little bit of experience in law, lots of working with hearings and also trials as well. That's a good field, for instance, like most of you are lawyers, am I correct? So that's something like you can actually do. You will enhance your skills, especially in the language, the legal language, and also to get to know lots of people. So basically, I just like to a quick overview of how law works in Ireland. So if I put it in terms, they actually have two OABs, OAB, or actually two societies. One society is the Law Society of Ireland, and the second society is the King's Inns. What is their power? Because actually there are two professionals working with law in Ireland. One is the solicitor, the person who prepares the documentation, who has more analytical skills, and the second person is the barrister. Have you heard about the barrister? It's the person actually who conveys the message to the judge. So if you see the layout, how it works in court, you will see the solicitor will have his back to the judge, and the barrister will face the judge, and the barrister will deliver the message. So you have been working on the cases, and you deliver to a barrister, which is a professional, who is practicing law as well, and he conveys that message to the judge. So if you are more into, if you are good at public speaking, what I would suggest is to become a barrister. If you are very analytical, the best way is to become a solicitor, which is slightly different as well from Brazil. And as you may know, so there are two, like in Ireland they have the legal system is common law, in Brazil is civil law. So that's slightly different, very similar to England. So just a quick overview how to become a lawyer in Ireland. As you can see here, so these are courses that you can actually take. It can be undergraduate, so undergraduate is like when you go to a degree. It can be through a postgraduate, it can be diplomas. Some diplomas are recognized, they must be recognized by one of these societies, and the undergraduate and postgraduate, they must be recognized by these societies as well. Okay? And preliminary exams. Actually, there is another way you can actually get into law without going to college, but it's a very, very, very hard process. So once you finish your degree, or undergrad, or postgrad, and then you get into what they call the final examinations, which actually, there are 8 exams on that. Diana will be speaking about these 8 exams, I have a list there. You go through these 8 exams, and then you go to training for 24 months or 2 years, and at the same time you have to take professional practice courses, and at the end of it you have another exam. Then you are admitted into the role of lawyers here in Ireland. So this entire process may take 5 to 6 years to become a lawyer in Ireland. You study as hard as if you were doing medicine. But in a way, you can actually take an undergrad in law, 3 years undergrad, then take 3 years until you get to the bar. So it's pretty much the same process, like a law degree in Brazil is 5 years, am I correct? 4, 5.5. It's pretty much the same process. Because the undergrad, you don't spend much time studying doing the undergrad, or you take a long process until you become a lawyer. So that is just an overview of it. So now, if you have a law degree, which most of you have, you can take this course. You may have heard about this expression, LLM, which is Latin Legum Magistere. So that means a master's in law. But what is this, Paulo? This course is very, very broad. So it can cover different areas of law. So I just listed a few of them over there. So how do I choose them? So it depends on the college that you go. So for instance, like if you want to work with corporate law, so UCG perhaps is the one that's going to cover all these areas here. For instance, like one area which is really high demand at the moment, intellectual property information technology. So that UCG offers that course. Work with international law would be more Griffith College. Commercial law, Griffith College would have there. So it depends. DCU also has a great range of areas of law as well. So those are for law graduates. So you must have, to take this course, you must have a law degree. All right? Any questions so far? Now, there are actually two courses I would like to highlight. These courses here, they are accredited by both Law Society and King's Inns. And this course here may exempt you from this. You go straight to the final examinations here. So one way you can get into law in Ireland, if you want to practice law in Ireland, you may take one of these courses here, Master's in Arts in Law, or a Master's in Common Law at UCT. These are conversible courses, 2 years, and at the end of them, you can actually take the final examinations another 3 years and become a lawyer in Ireland. So that's our way you can do so, all right? Because, one thing I forgot to mention, if you have an LLM, the LLM itself will not going to qualify you to take the final examinations. But this is a highly specialized course. So for instance, like there is a big demand, these professionals, like in corporations, especially here in Ireland, especially as I mentioned to you, in relation to intellectual property. This is a high demand for that. But you won't be able to practice law with this course alone. Right? So, how can I get into a university here? Depends on the course that you wish. So your academic transcripts, your certificate, that is pretty much standard. Pretty much standard, I would say, like the average 7 high. Like English language exam can be either IELTS, TOEFL, IBT, Pearson Academic English, I don't know if you heard about that, or the CAE, which is the Cambridge Advanced English. So that is the minimum, right? So some universities, they may ask you IELTS 7, they may ask you IELTS 7.5 to get into a law degree because like you write a lot. They may require higher grades than that. Okay, so that's to have in mind. So copy of your passport, that's straightforward. Your CV. Trinity College will ask you if you want to do an LLM. At Trinity College will ask you for 3 years experience in law. Alright, UCD may ask you the same as well. So it's very, very important. And especially for Trinity College, I will highlight here that your CV has to be accompanied by your cover letter. So then you highlight the experience that you've gained practicing law in Brazil. Alright? So the personal statement, that is also a very important document, is where you sell yourself. Most of admission process in Ireland, they are based on documents. So few courses actually you have an interview. So a professor who's going to look into your documents, he will see a personal statement and see how good you are. So no harm to show off. That's the time to show off, is that your personal statement. And 2 reference letter also can be either academic or a professional. So if you work with a judge, get this person to write for you. Because the competition, although like there is a fee to get it, but the competition is quite high to get into, especially Trinity UCD. It's a very high competition to get into these courses, the LLM. So, to finish up, I just put a few questions here, and then we can answer them together. So the first question, and then I will let you answer. Can I work in the legal field in Ireland? What do you think about it? What do you think? Huh? All right. Anything else? Want to try?
You can work as a legal secretary.
Okay, so that is the one answer.
So in Ireland, I think as well as we have the certificate from the Law Society of Ireland, like the Paulo Santigo said. So we cannot practice as a solicitor, neither a barrister. So until then, we can probably just venture into the field by doing like paralegal or secretary or something.
Or even working on some cases as well, along with a solicitor. Okay, so you can practice, you can work in the legal field, but you cannot practice law. Is that clear? So, but it is very important for you to start working with that. If you want to become a lawyer here in the future, maybe you want to settle down in Ireland, you want to stay here the entire life, and you want to be a solicitor here, go. Try to get a job. Send your CV out. Work as an interpreter. Getting to know people. And start working there. You are lawyers. You know the process. You know how to go through. Don't you? You just need to be acquainted and getting used to the system. So far so good? Second question. Can I take short courses to learn more about the legal system in Ireland? Yes. However, and then I have to put the however a little bit. Yes, you can. There are like excellent courses. The societies, for instance, the King's Inns Society has diplomas in legal studies, excellent 2 years part-time. Dublin Business School, Griffith College, City College, they have short courses in law. Some colleges, they may not accept you as on a stamp 2. Some colleges, okay? Or like Griffith College does accept you on a stamp 2. These courses are priced more or less £2 grand, £2.5 grand. So it is worth it to take this course because then you're going to get used to the system over here. So you can take short courses. Diana will be speaking more about this later. Oh, no. Okay, another question may I validate my Brazilian law degree and work as a solicitor barrister in Ireland? What do you think?
Have to do the exam.
No, but even to qualify here, is my Brazilian degree okay here to this point? So, unfortunately, your Brazilian degree is not valid here, so you would have to take the preliminary exams. But there is a way out, and then I will give you a bunch of law for you to read, a directive, an European Union directive for you to read about it. So there is a way out, or there may be, and I use there may be, not there can be, okay? There may be, or there are. So there may be, you like guys, there may be a way. May I join the Bar Society? Because, and I will tell you later on, like there is a directive on the European Union where you can transfer. If you are registered to the Bar Society in Portugal, you can transfer to Ireland, but big but. It's quite complicated. They have to accept your application because you are from European. They cannot refuse your application, but you have to comply with a few requirements. Okay, so to see what the requirements are. Establishment Directive 98.5 EC. Read that thing. It's a big, you are lawyers, you love law, so read that thing over there. That directive will tell you how to become a lawyer through Portugal, because the article, and I read the OA, which is the Portuguese bar, is Article 201. There says that if you are registered to OAB, which is the Brazilian bar, you can register to OA, which is the Portuguese one. Then from there, it falls into the Directive 98/5 EC. Okay, so that's our way you can become a lawyer in Ireland. Now, it's not impossible. Everything is possible for those who believe, and I'm sure you can do it. Any questions?
I have a question.
Yes,
Very random. But I don't know. You know the way you said that you apply for LLM at Trinity or UCD, they might ask you for your CV and for you to prove that you have been working in the field for at least 3 years?
They may, yes.
Yeah. Can that be in any country, or does that have to be in Ireland?
No, it can be any country, because LLM, it's like you need to practice law. So experience practicing law.
Doesn't matter where.
No, doesn't matter where, because that...
Does it have to be a common law?
No, doesn't have to be common law. We have 2 students we placed. One was placed at Griffith College, and one student is going through the process at GCU at the moment with the degree from Brazil. But she had to send like her experience, references from judges in Bahia, and we sent there, so we are waiting the outcome of her application. But not necessarily like, although it's common law, civil law is different. Doesn't matter. Or LLM.
Do they take a limited number of students every year, or?
Yes. Trinity College, for instance, doesn't have a place anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, they have like, I don't know exactly how many, but there are limited places. So you can, especially Trinity College, if you want to go to Trinity College, my advice to you is apply in January. Because although, like if you put it in terms of price range, okay, just tell you now the start. So an LLM costs an average of 18 grand. 15 to 18 grand. If you take it UL, you pay 16,000. Trinity College 18,000. UCD 22,000. Griffith College 12,000. It's more or less the price you pay to take this course. Even for those who have European passport, I'm afraid to tell you, if you don't pay taxes in Ireland, that applies to you too. Okay, and if you want to take the MA in law, that's GIT is 13 grand a year, and UCD is an average of 14 grand a year as well. But it's worth it. So you see, as a solicitor you can earn 80, 90 grand a year. It takes a while, guys. But step by step, you're gonna get there. It's worth it, definitely. Education, guys, I really advocate education. It really makes you to stand out.
And to do the course as a legal secretary, the legal CPA, what do you need?
No, GIT doesn't have that. For legal secretary, no. You can have a short courses, usually at private colleges. Griffith College perhaps can be the best one to do short colleges. W Business School, city colleges.
What about Marina College? They used to have
To be honest with you, I'm not too sure about Marina College, but I know they have further education for those like who finish a high school and then go to further education. I'm not too sure, but I can look into it. But there are so many, even the societies. Okay, have a look at the websites. Law Society of Ireland, Kinsing's website. Have a look there. There are courses that are available as well. You can take like part-time courses.
What's happening? Like Office Florida, I think the last week
For
diploma in law
for which
Law
one?
Society of Ireland.
Yeah, they have courses there, guys. And you can take it. You cannot get, if you are on a student visa, you cannot take a student visa then. But you can take these courses, man. It's no problem. So far, so good. Guys, thank you very much.